You know what they say? Plants make your tank look alive. But if you're like me, you've probably also said, why do mine always look dead? Here's the truth. Not every plant needs tropical heat lamps and a chemistry lab to survive. Some plants actually love cooler water, low light, and beginner mistakes. So today, I'm counting down 7 easy low-light aquarium plants that thrive in cold water tanks. Hardy, beautiful, and even goldfish approved. And stick around to the very end because I'll share 3 pro tips that will make these plants not just survive, but thrive. One of them saved me from losing an entire tank of plants. You'll want to hear it. Number 7. Anubias. The classic survivor, Anubias. These plants are basically the cockroaches of the aquarium world, in the best way possible. Hardy, slow-growing, and nearly impossible to kill. They don't even need substrate. Just tie them to rocks or driftwood, and they'll happily do their thing. Low light? They prefer it. Cold water? They don't mind at all. Goldfish nibble? The thick leaves usually win the fight. If you've killed plants before, start here. Number 6. Java Fern. Next up, Java Fern, the plant every beginner should know. Like Anubias, you don't bury it. Just attach it to wood or rock and let it spread. It grows slow but steady, and best of all, it laughs in the face of low light. I had one in a goldfish tank that got chewed on daily, and it still came back stronger. Java Fern is proof that some plants just don't care what you throw at them. Number 5. Hornwort. Now let's add some movement. Hornwort. This one can float or be planted. It grows fast, sometimes too fast, and soaks up nitrates like a sponge. That makes it a natural water cleaner. The downside? If you let it go crazy, it sheds needles everywhere. I once pulled out what felt like a full trash bag of hornwort from a single 20-gallon. But hey, better too much plant than none at all. Number 4. Elodea, Anacharis. You've seen this one before, Elodea, also called Anacharis. This is the plant your science teacher probably used in high school biology, and for good reason. It's one of the best oxygenating plants out there. Cold water tanks? Perfect. Goldfish tanks? Even better. They'll eat it, sure, but it grows fast enough to keep up. If you want a true workhorse plant, Elodea delivers. Number 3. Marimo moss balls. These aren't really plants, they're algae, but they're awesome. Marimo moss balls are like little green pets. Roll them around, squeeze them out. They're basically stress balls for aquarists. They thrive in low light and cooler temps, and they don't need planting at all. Just toss them in, and you've got instant green. Bonus: fish love playing with them, and they help with water clarity. Just don't put them in direct sunlight. Algae parties get messy fast. Number 2. Water Sprite. If you like options, Water Sprite is your friend. Plant it in the substrate or let it float at the top. Either way, it grows like wildfire. It creates beautiful cover for shy fish, and in cold water tanks, it still thrives. In my experience, floating Water Sprite is the ultimate fry saver. Baby fish hide in the roots, predators can't find them, and you look like a genius fish breeder. Number 1. White Cloud's best friend, Vallisneria. And finally, Vallisneria, the grass of the aquarium world. Tall flowing leaves that sway in the current, turning your tank into an underwater meadow. It's hardy, it thrives in cold water, and it loves low light. I once put a few strands in a 30-gallon, and a year later, I had a full jungle. No CO2, no fancy light, just patience. Vallisneria is the definition of plant it and forget it. Bonus pro tips: Alright, here's how you make all of these plants thrive instead of just survive. Number 1, anchor them properly. One of the biggest rookie mistakes is just dropping plants into the tank and hoping they'll stay put. Coldwater fish, like goldfish, and loaches love to dig, and that means your brand new plant ends up floating at the surface by morning. I learned this the hard way when I woke up to a tank full of salad toppings. The fix? Use stones, driftwood, or even a thin sand cap to anchor the roots. Once they've latched on, they'll hold their ground, literally. Number 2, feed your plants. People forget that plants, even hardy cold-water ones, still need food. Just because they don't demand CO2 doesn't mean they run on magic. In a low-light, no-heater tank, nutrients run low fast. That's where root tabs or a monthly dose of liquid fertilizer come in. I once had a tank of Vallisneria that barely grew for months until I slipped in a root tab. Within weeks, it turned into a green jungle. A little food goes a long way, and it keeps your plants vibrant instead of pale and limp. Number 3, Goldfish-Proofing. Let's be real, goldfish are pigs with fins. They'll nibble, chew, and uproot anything that looks tasty. So if you're stocking plants in a goldfish tank, go for thick-leaved survivors like Anubias and Java Fern. Soft-stem plants like water Sprite? Forget it, they'll be gone in a week. I once thought my hornwort could grow faster than they eat it. Spoiler alert, it couldn't. Tough leaves are the only way to win the goldfish war. These 3 tricks are the difference between a struggling tank where plants barely hang on and a lush, thriving green world that looks like you've been aquascaping for years. So, which of these hardy cold-water plants is your favorite? Have you tried Anubias, or are you team Vallisneria jungle? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear your plant success or failure stories. And if you're worried about heater failures, check out my last video right here, because sometimes the best way to keep plants and fish alive is stability first. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Stay green, fish keepers.